Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Monday, the 18th of October 2021. Now, there's a lot to get through today, so we're going to start off. This is a loan watch from news@den.co.uk. Millwall loan watch, another milestone for attacker as he nets winner for high flying Sutton. Isaac Olaofes scored his first goal in the Football League with the winner as Sutton defeated Crawley Town 1-0 away on Saturday. Olaofes headed home 6 minutes from time after coming on in the 62nd minute. It was his second goal in 2 games after he scored in the 2-0 EFL Trophy win at Portsmouth last week. Crawley striker Tom Nichols had a penalty saved 8 minutes before Olaofes scored against the side with former Lions captain Tony Craig in the centre of defence. It was Crawley's first home defeat in the league this season and Sutton's 5th consecutive win in all competitions. Matt Gray's South London side are 5th in League 2 in their debut season at that level. The host had to issue, never mind. So yeah, Isaac Olaofes scored his first goal in Football League, football, professional game, top level, well not top level, but League 2, but still, professional goal in the league. Done and done. First goal. He scored in the weekend, but that was in EFL Trophy. I told you about that. But yeah, starting to come along. Fantastic. Also in League 2, Alex Mitchell played on the right side of back three to help Leyton Orient to a 0-0 draw at home to Walsall. Okay, ex-Millwall striker Harry Smith went closest for Kenny Jack as Orient, who slipped to 7th. In League 1, it's only 1 win in 9 games for Marlon Romeo Portsmouth. Yeah, not doing too well there. In 4th round qualifying of the FA Cup, defender Dan Moss got another game under his belt as Yeovil were held to a 1-1 draw at home to National League rivals Weymouth. The replay is on Tuesday, tomorrow night. Junior Tenzia made his return from injury, so he's come back, as Ricky Miller rescued a 1-1 draw for National League Dover at home to Yate Town of the Southern League Premier Division South. Yeovil and Dover will meet in the first round if they win their replays this week. So both of them drew 1-1. Both of them have got replays this week. And if they both win, then it's going to be Dan Moss against Junior Tenzia, which is... That's crazy how that happens, isn't it? But you get things like that all the time in the FA Cup. That's why they call it magical, huh? In the Scottish Premiership, defender Hayden Muller wasn't involved as St Johnstone lose 3-0 at home to Livingston. So there you go. So this is the original loan watch from News@Den. Now, down the way, South London Press, they started to copy it as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just... there's nothing new under the sun, but they've got a couple of quotes here. So Olaofes said both games, Crawley and Portsmouth, were good shifts from the team, especially the Portsmouth game. The team played well as a unit. We fought to the very end and that showed today. We didn't give up. I managed to jump high enough and get the ball before the goalkeeper and defenders and got my goal. Every time I come on, I tried to be a handful. I was a handful, and thankfully I got my deserved goal and we got the win as well. It feels good to be back out on the pitch. I've been out on the sidelines for so long and it can get frustrating, but I'm just grateful for Millwall and Sutton to both have the patience for keeping me and working to get me back to full fitness. Thankfully I'm here and I'm doing what I love, scoring goals. Even if I'm not scoring goals, the team is winning, so we're in a good place. So there you go. And they've just got the rest of the stuff that News@Den had, but they had that quote from Isaac Olaofes, which is from why showing you this, which is the new loan watch from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Now this popped up, and I told you about the under-18s Premier Development League Cup a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, because Colchester they had the game at Morden at Tiptree, and they were letting fans come in, play on the gate. So it was a public game, which these under-18 games very rarely are. So that's how I found out about this. So then this popped up today with a heavy defeat for Millwall. Well, not heavy, but there's a lot of goals in the game. 6-3. So Millwall 3, Charlton 6. And this was a game at the weekend. And yeah, Millwall lost 3-6 in this game, which was under 18s cup game. And not really gonna. This is a Charlton match report. from cafc.co.uk, Charlton's official match report. I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to show you this. So Millwall won their first game against Colchester United, and they just lost to Charlton. Now the top two in the group, it's a group stage thing, make it through. There's one game left against Queen's Park Rangers, who have lost 2 games in a row. They've only scored 1 goal. They've conceded 8, so not the best from QPR. But that doesn't really mean anything. And the game is in November, so it looks like it's 1 game per month. And yeah, must-win game for Millwall under-18s if they want to get through to the quarterfinals of the Cup. So we'll keep an eye on that next month and see how they get on. And probably around that time, the draw for the FA Youth Cup will be made, and we might know who the under-18s are going to get in that. So keep them peeled for this. So there's 2 under-23 games this week for Millwall. There's one tomorrow, which you can see on your screen. That's Swansea City. That's at the training ground. So if you want to go down there and stare through the fence, you probably won't be allowed in, but you can see through the chain link fence. But there is a game on Friday, which you most likely will be able to go to. It's Charlton away. It's Millwall under-23s versus Charlton under-23s, and it's at the Valley. So if you want to go to the Valley and watch a Millwall Charlton game, or be under-23s. Now I imagine, because there's 2 games in a week, and I would imagine because the first team squad is mostly fit now, there's a lot of players pushed out who would have been involved before, players like Bodvarsson, Thompson, etc. They can't even make the bench. Maybe they might feature for the under-23s, seeing as they've got a game on Tuesday and Friday, which is a bit of a quick turnaround. But we'll see how we go. Maybe keep an eye on the Mill Twitter on Friday morning and see what the team is. And if you like the look of the team, maybe there are a few first team players in there, then you can head down to the Valley and watch the game. Maybe. So this is tomorrow. Yeah, so they had a break for the international as well. They had an 18-day break. Kickoff is at 1:30 tomorrow against Swansea City. It's at the training ground. You'll be able to follow it on Millwall FC Twitter account, and they'll be live tweeting it. Match. What would you call it? Match facts. Match. I don't know what they call it, but whenever something live match action tweets. When something happens, they'll put it up. So moving on now to this, was also on millfc.co.uk. Kick and Cook with Millwall and the Royal Academy of Culinary Arts. So here you go. What's this about? The need for promotion of healthy lifestyles is self-evident in today's society to help counter the rise of fat kids and combat the long-term effects caused by poor lifestyle management and heart disease. Millwall Football Club, Millwall Community Trust and the Royal Academy of Culinary Arts Kick and Cook program will seek to develop healthy lifestyles through engaging children in physical activity and develop lifelong cooking skills of top-class chefs. The program will be delivered to children aged between 10 and 11 in conjunction with the local primary care trusts and a National Healthy Schools program. The program will be implemented through a series of cookery and sports football coaching sessions, placing a strong emphasis on participation and the benefits of this to develop a healthy lifestyle and lifelong love of preparing food. In particular, there will be an emphasis on diet and exercise and a relationship between this and health. So there you go. The first session was held at Riverside Primary School. Chef Ashley Mars taught the session alongside Emily Stanley of Mill Linuses and Debbie Julians. So there you go. That's telling you what they're doing. A little interesting thing that the Mill community people are doing. Kick and Cook. Coaching session. And then a little cooking class. Which, remember cooking classes? Maybe you had them in your school, home economics. They actually used to teach people how to cook food in school, which was, and they just got rid of it because why would you? Why would you? Why would you need to do something, learn something that you need for the rest of your life? Never mind about that. Learn about algebra, because you use that all the time, don't you? The algebra that you learn in school. I use it. I use it all the time. I do. Fucking ridiculous, isn't it? And what is it, like taxes and stuff like that? Why don't they teach you things that you're actually gonna fucking be useful in your life? Changing a tire, maybe even drive. Why don't they do driving lessons at school when you're in sixth form and shit like that? It's no, they teach you fucking Pythagoras' theorem and shit like that, which you're never gonna fucking know. You have no need to use in your normal everyday life ever again. There you go. There you go. So, moving on now to the football, big boy football. What's Gary Rowett saying? Is he coming out all guns blazing? Millwall manager makes demand of his players after slapping the chops against Luton Town. Millwall boss Gary Rowett wants his players to show their ability to bounce back again after slapping the chops against Luton Town on Saturday. The Lions lost 2-0 to the Hatters, with Jed Wallace missing a late penalty. Millwall are on the road again this week when they play Sheffield United at Bramall Lane on Tuesday evening. Yes, quick turnaround. Now, the last couple of seasons, our midweek games have been on Wednesday for some reason, which is a bit weird. It seemed to happen when Gary Rowett came in. I don't know if it was he's doing or what. I don't know if he's got taekwondo on Tuesday nights and he doesn't want to miss that. I don't know what's going on. But last couple of seasons, our midweek games are on Wednesdays, so it's quite weird to have a game on Tuesday, even a bit old school, which I'm quite used to growing up. Mill playing on Tuesday, so yeah. Before facing early season promotion contender Stoke City at the Den on next Saturday. Big couple of games coming up. That's the Championship. We looked at this game and thought if we go out there and put in a big performance, we'd have a chance of winning it, Rowett told Millwall's media after the defeat. But it's the Championship. We go and get slapped in the chops. We got to go again in the week. We've got to show that little bit of ability bounce back, which we've shown previously. We've got 2 difficult games coming up, and once again we can't afford not to work as hard as we have done in previous games to get ourselves a result. Today it just looked like we wanted to play our way to a nice result. It doesn't happen in the Championship. You have to earn it. You have to show that little bit of grit and desire and fight for every loose ball. If you don't do that, you won't win games. Millwall and Sheffield United are level on 15 points after 12 games. Jokanovic's Blades 1 place ahead of the Lions in 13th in the table. They scored 2 late goals in 3 minutes through substitutes Mousse and McGoldrick as they came from behind in the last 10 minutes to beat Stoke 2-1 at home on Saturday. Jokanovic feels his side should be confident going into this game. For us, this is a massive win, he said in his post-match press conference. With energy and trust, we can play well. For 85% of game, we played really well, moved the ball well, and tried to find spaces. We don't trust ourselves enough at times. I hope this will give them confidence, because they're a good team in Championship. He talks a bit like that, but so there you go. This is of course from news@den.co.uk. You can see there on the right hand side the table as it is. So Sheffield United, big club, but not in a big position now, not doing very well, which is a surprise because they were the pre-season favourites. But there you go. So moving on, Jed Wallace missed a penalty. What's happening, bruv? LondonNewsOnline.co.uk. Jed Wallace set to stay on penalty taking duties for Millwall. Jed Wallace is set to stay on penalty taking duties for Millwall. The Lions talisman saw his late spot kick saved by Simon Sluga in Saturday's 2-0 defeat to Luton Town at the Den. Wallace has scored 4 and assisted another 4 of Millwall's 11 goals this season. Lions boss Gary Rowett said, Jed has scored some big penalties over the 2 years I've been here. He's been really clinical from the spot. I think he's only missed a couple in that time. I trust him from that position. Sometimes you don't get that decision quite right or the keeper gets it right. It's a very good save. I'm sure Jed will be very confident if he gets the opportunity again in the next few games and wouldn't hesitate to get back up on the spot again. There's no complaints from our end. What was disappointing is that we hadn't played particularly well and we missed chances. Then you get an opportunity in the last 10-12 minutes of the game to go and see if we can chase an equaliser that maybe we don't deserve. But often you find it happens in games. At that point, I looked around and saw a lot of the fans leaving. I was like, it's one of those days, and it summed up our afternoon. It wasn't going to pan out how we wanted it to. Wallace revealed to the South London press last week that Benicofobia had been keen to take the last spot kick, which he converted against Bristol City. I'm not a big fan of when a player misses one penalty, that's it, said Rowett. If we miss another one, then it's different. I'll be very, very confident if either of those players stepping up. If needs be against Sheffield United, sometimes a player feels confident and is happy to go again. Sometimes a player is happy to hand the ball over to someone else if they don't feel confident. I'm pretty sure Jed will retain the penalty taking duties, and he's sort of earned that right over the few years because of the ones he scored. Yeah, he was giving it the big one on Friday in his interview with I think it was London News Online, South London Press, about how he does all his homework, penalties, and he knows he practices them against Bart, and that's good because Bart's really good at saving penalties. And then he literally jinxed himself because then he goes into the game and he does that. If you watch the run up that he has, he's got his foot wide open before he's even a second before he kicks the ball. Like you can see where it is going. Hey. So it's up to Jed. He's got the ball. Does he pass it over to Benicofobia or does he take it himself? If he takes it himself and he misses, we've got a problem. Murray Wallace, an injury doubt for Millwall's trip to Sheffield United. Murray Wallace is a doubt for Millwall's match at Sheffield United tomorrow night after being forced off with an injury in Saturday's 2-0 loss to Luton Town. Scottish defender was replaced by Ryan Leonard in the 67th minute. Muzzer kicked the bottom of their player's boot about 10 minutes before he came off, said Lions manager Gary Rowett. He tried soldiering through it. He also had a bit of a bang on the head on a set piece that was part of a precaution as well. We'll assess that this morning, but we don't think any concussion is there. We have to make sure with both of these things. Scott Malone could be available to face the Blades, but Conor Mahoney is unlikely to feature until Saturday's home game against Stoke City. Scotty wasn't a million miles away from being involved against Luton, said Rowett. He'll certainly have a chance of being available for the game, but we'll assess that this morning. It'll be far too quick for Conor because he hasn't trained yet. He could potentially be available to train today. We've still pretty much got a clean bill of health. We're not far away from having that. So if Murray Wallace doesn't play and Malone doesn't play, who plays there on the left? Now, is he gonna? If Malone isn't fit, he shouldn't come in. Don't force him back just because you've got Murray Wallace missing now. So who are we gonna play there? Now, you could play Shea Ojo there, but he's more of a winger, not really a wing back. So defensively, can he do that stuff? Would he want to do that stuff? Would he be effective doing that stuff? Because going away to Sheffield United, we're going to be doing probably a fair bit of defending. Now, another option is George Saville, because he plays on the left for Northern Ireland sometimes. I think he did it the other game, probably against Switzerland when they got absolutely bad. So, George Saville on the left, Billy Mitchell in the middle. How about that? Or maybe just play 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1. But I doubt that because Rowett likes his formation and he sticks to it, doesn't he? So there you go. So the game tomorrow, what about it? Preview. So here you go. Look at this. So this is from 11v11.com. It's the head-to-head record between Sheffield United and Millwall, and I've sorted it so it's Sheffield United versus Millwall games first. So all games away at Sheffield United. Not that many for a team that's very, very old. But you can see the first time we played them was in 1895 when the Queen Victoria was on the throne. And we lost 3-1 in the FA Cup because they were a massive team then. Sheffield United really, really were a massive team. And you can see, first time, 5 times we went up there. Absolutely jack shit. 5 losses. Then a draw, and then another loss. You can see 1895, 1938, 1968. So we haven't played them too many times because they've been up and up. We've been down and down. But here's the thing. When they got down in the dirt, they had a bit of a trouble. In 1979, Division 3. They come down to Division 3. Had to play little old Millwall. That's when we went up there and won. 1979, 2 wins against them. 1 in Division 2, 1 in Division 3. With a clean sheet as well. And then in 1981, won 3-2 up there. Not bad, but then a bit sporadic. Draw some, lost one, win one, that kind of thing. And then 4 losses in a row in 1996, 2002, 2002, 2004, because they had just been on the ascendancy. They were in the Premier League. They got relegated. They were in the Premier League in the first Premier League season, I believe, and then they got relegated, and they've been up and down a bit. That kind of thing. Then they did go down into League One with us in 2015. That was the last time we won up there. The 2-1 win in League One. And since then, a defeat and then 2-1 draws. Aha. But in all, not many games played up there, Bramall Lane, for a really old team, which we've not really been in the same league as them, because they're a bit of a different class than us, to be honest, historically. Now, they're pretty much bang average, both of us. And we'll see what that means coming up. So, what's gonna happen? David Pratton with his prediction again. Now, what do you think he's predicting? And where the hell are we? Are we near the top? We near the bottom? Where are we going? Are we scrolling down? Yeah, we're right at the bottom. Okay, so David Pratton says Sheffield United 2, Millwall 1. Wow, he thinks we're gonna score. Wow, fucking hell. Nice, we're going to score tomorrow, lads. So he reckons 2-1. So let's move on now to whoscored.com. And what do you think they're going to say? So yeah. We're not going to go through that because they don't really have the best record in team selection. So there have been under 2.5 goals scored in Millwall's last 7 games. Yes. Sheffield United have seen under 2.5 goals in their last 3 home matches against Millwall in all competitions. Predictions: Sheffield United came from behind to avoid a 3rd consecutive V last time out, and have now picked up 10 points from the last 12 available at home. Wow, so they've picked up 10 points from 12 in home games. So in their last 4 home games. Oi, oi, oi. Millwall, by contrast, saw their impressive 7-match unbeaten run ended on Saturday, but they've lost just once on the road all season. Lions are among the league's draw specialists and would happily take one away from this fixture, but the Blades should just have enough to edge a tight game. Sheffield United 1, Millwall 0. That's what they predict. Match forecast: Millwall will be shown a high number of cards. Millwall will create many scoring chances. Damn, that sounds good. What else are we gonna do? Let's move on to this. So these are the last 6 matches at Sheffield United, and you can see here Sheffield United have won 1, Millwall have won 1, and there have been 4 draws. Not only that, Sheffield United have had 2 players sent off. One in 2005, one in 2019. The last time we played them, which is interesting. Not really, but look at Millwall's cards. So they've had the players sent off, but look these games: 8 goals for Sheffield United, 7 goals for Millwall, 9 yellows for Sheffield United, 17 for Millwall. Wow. Okay, that's going to be a battle now. There is a full moon on Wednesday. It's going to be one of those days. Will we have another sending off lunatics? A few lunatics. Will we have any players sent off? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But there you go. There's the table as it stands. They've scored more goals, conceded more as well. They won more. Not that many. So 4-3-5. 16 minus 1. Pretty even. There you go. Form, yeah, they've won 3, drawn 1, lost 2 of their last, and they've scored 9 goals. We've scored 4, And if we go like this and switch this up to home game and for Millwall away game, you can see what the last 6 home games for Sheffield United have been, and the last 6 away games for Millwall have been. And pretty interesting. Look at that there. They've scored in all of their home games, which I said that about Luton scoring in all their away games, and you saw what happened there. They scored 6 goals against Peterborough. Like, that's insane. When's the last time we scored 6 goals? I mean, I would love to score 6 goals. We probably won't score 6 goals in 6 games, you know. That's how it goes. But they've only kept one on the clean sheet, and I was against Derby, who had a man sent off as well. So they concede as well. They do concede. Now Millwall on the road. Look at this: 1-1, 3-1, 1-1, 0-0, 1-1, 0-1. So we scored in all our games except for the Swansea game. So this is the thing. The way we're set up, it works better away from home. But most of the Millwall fans go to home games. They have season tickets, and they are not happy at the shit they get served up at the Den. Maybe they should don't buy a season ticket and just travel to away games. Now, this game tomorrow will be on iFollow, and it is also on Sky Sports Red Button. You can watch it if you want to torture yourself with another lackluster Mill display. That's up to you. If you're a bit of a sadist and that's the kind of thing you're into, get your rocks off, that kind of thing. Yeah. Get on it and get on iFollow or get on Sky Sports Red Button. So you'll have to do that. Yeah. So what do I think? I think that what's going to happen is, as we just scroll down and look at all of this stuff here, you can read that while I have a little ponder about what I think is going to happen. Will we score? Probably. Will we concede? Definitely. Will we concede a few? Most unlikely. So if we don't keep a clean sheet, the best it's going to be is 1-1. I don't think it's going to be 1-1. I think we're going to lose 3-1. I think that's what the score is going to be. I think it's going to be another one of those games where we concede 3 goals, which seems to be pretty regular occurrence when we don't play well under Rowett. We concede the 3 goals. We've done it quite often. It's not a very good thing. It's not very good the way it is, but that's how it goes. It's happened time and time again. You can see going to any page online where you can see the results of Millwall over the last couple of seasons, and pretty often we ship 3 goals against Middlesbrough away, Forest away when Miobi scored that couple. There's another couple of games when we've done that. That happens quite often when we press the self-destruct button. So I can see that happening again. I can see it being Sheffield United 3, Millwall 1, and maybe a sending off as well, which will just add to the nonsense selection issues that we have. And I hope they prove me wrong, but I doubt it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.